is the Vintage RPG Podcast, your source for the best in classic and contemporary RPGs. With your hosts, Hambone and Stu.
Welcome to the Vintage RPG Podcast, coming at you again from the clubhouse in somewhere in the swamps of New Jersey. I'm John Hambone McGuire, and with me, as always, is the founder and publisher of Unwinnable. Today's going to be a little of this, a little of that, a little chit, a little chat. Stu Horvath.
It's like we do it now. We just have like these little potpourri. That's not how it's pronounced.
I've heard it both ways.
The little potpourri episodes where cover a lot of little topics.
A lot of little topics, man. So what do you want to talk about today?
I did a radio show last week about ninjas.
Oh, he's not talking about ninjas. Come on, son.
Ninjas and gaming, man. And I have been watching so many ninja movies.
Yeah.
It's been great. I watched ninja movies. I loved ninja movies when I was a kid. I watched them. Well, not when I was a kid. There was one summer where I watched a whole bunch of them. And I think they were mostly the American Ninja films with the neighbor. We rented them from the video store. And I really enjoyed that. But I've not really revisited ninjas since. So in preparation for this radio show, which was just sort of an overview of ninjas and games, I started watching Enter the Ninja, which is the font from which all American ninjas come from.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sho Kosugi it's his debut film. And I've just, I guess more accurately is I've been watching Sho Kosugi's movies because he's great. And I've watched the Ninja trilogy, which is Ninja, Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, and Ninja 3, The Domination, which crosses over with a Possession film, which is pretty good. Then I watched 9 Deaths of the Ninja, Pray for Death, and then last night, even though I was really tired and hot, I watched Rage of Honor.
Oh, yeah.
Which is 1987. They're great. What a good time. There's a range of experiences. The original Ninja movies, the trilogy is like a mix of like good and bad, like high camp and stupid stuff, but still like a lot of craft. And then 9 Deaths is dumb, but like entertainingly dumb.
But I mean, that's the point of most 80s ninja movies. It was not, we're not talking high art here, you know?
No.
Not Kubrick.
But Pray for Death and this last one are definitely played straight. There's still some like ridiculous stuff in them. I love how like no matter how serious action movie they try to be, like eventually and maybe this is like a Canon Films thing because they did those Bronson movies. What are the
Death Wish, right?
Those are canon, right? And it's like they all devolve into like this like prolonged action sequence where guys just keep showing up with guns and then like flying in the air when they get shot and or punched. Like it's just like it's such a specific thing that I remember from movies when I was a kid, and it tapped into my imagination like when I was playing with other kids, that there was always more guys like popping up out of every conceivable place. And then they would immediately die and like fling themselves through space, you know, or the dummy would if it was from a drop from a high tower or something.
You know, and it's always like funny because you're like, how do they afford all these henchmen?
And like the henchmen are never like, they never look like henchmen. It's like they're guys in polo shirts with like machine guns and like dad mustaches, and it's just like they just needed a whole bunch of different guys. It's just like, here's your gun, you know, get on set and fling yourself across it.
And you know, like a lot of them, like, you know, like, these are people who definitely did not know any kind of like martial arts before they got there.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, you just need to look menacing. And you're like, all right, but I got to pick the kids at Little League in like 2 hours, you know?
There's also, it's interesting too that there's never really any sense that Sho is going to mess up or do the wrong thing or fail in any real way. He never really fails. Like there's a couple moments in the last one that I watched, Rage of Honor, where like, you know, a rainforest tribesman shoots an arrow through his rope, and it's sort of like, oh, what's he going to do? But like that was literally the only tough spot he was in the movie. Like he's just like a murder machine. It's really great to just watch him like carve through 100 people over the course of a movie. Like every once in a while, like his gun will run out of bullets and he'll look at it like, how dare you? It's just amazing.
You know, another thing too is like if American ninja cinema taught us anything, right? It's truly, to piggyback on what you're saying, ninjas are unstoppable. They're an unstoppable force. Like if a ninja's after you, you're done. You just lay down and die. You're gonna take a throwing star. You're gonna get nunchucked to death. Like something bad is gonna happen, right?
The only way to stop a ninja is with another ninja.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally your only way out. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work. I mean, look at Ninja 3. Which I just watched the other day. That's why I was like pumped to talk about this. I watch it probably like once a year.
That movie is off the hook, man.
It is like it is so good, and so weird. But yeah, I grew up, the first ninja movies I ever saw were, played in the afternoon on TV and, dubbed. I mean, they were dubbed over, and so like all the voices were messed up, but at the end of the day, like you just saw these dudes beating the crap out of everybody, And then when I got a little older, the kids down the block. So like, if you've listened to the show long enough, you've heard that I didn't have cable till I was 19. Mm-hmm. My mom thought I'd see MTV and it'd warp my fragile little mind. Joke's on her. It happened anyway. But my buddies down the block had cable and they would like tape everything. So the first time I saw American Ninja with Michael Dudikoff was like there, and I was blown away. I was like, and like every kid I know wanted to be a ninja suddenly, and like were like very disappointed when they went into karate lessons and were like, when do we get to use nunchucks and like all this other stuff, and where the smoke bombs at, and everyone's like, dude, you're a white belt, like punch kick.
It's so amazing. It's such a weird little piece of like pop culture, and like there aren't a lot of them. Ninja movies, like I feel like I watched a million of them that summer, but I can't find many of them, and I don't think I've watched most of the Shokasugi movies until now. I think I might have watched parts of Revenge of the Ninja, which by the way has a banger soundtrack. It's the only ninja movie that I know of that has a vinyl soundtrack, and I bought it because
oh really
it's good. Oh yeah,
that's the of course all the one things that were lacking in ninja movies back in the day was the soundtrack. Like like
reused heavily for Ninja 3, the same theme and stuff.
Yeah.
And I love that. Ninja Power is a fantastic song. It's just like the bargain basement synths. I love it. But yeah, like I've been trying to track down like more and more, and there's a lot of really, really bad ninja movies, but I don't remember them being on TV. Like Ninja Terminator, that's a terrible movie, and there's a lot of them. What's his name? Godfrey Ho made a ton of movies like that, those cut and paste ninja movies. But like, were those the ones that were on TV? I can't quite piece the history of it together. Not even the history of it. I don't remember it clearly enough, because I do remember ninja movies being on TV all the time. And there's so many like weird things in the canon ninja movies that I can't imagine them being on. I haven't revisited the American ninja movies, the Dudikoff ones, but I don't know. It's so anyway, the thing is that I'm in my ninja period.
Not a bad period to be in.
Picasso had his blue period. I have my ninja period. And I remembered my friend Levi was just like, are there any ninja role-playing games that are like really ninja role-playing games? And I was like, nah, I mean, you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and like ninjas are a component in so many games, but like a dedicated one. And then I was like, oh, Night of the Ninja, which I had actually stuck in my to sell pile.
You had it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I've posted about it already. It's up there. You can see it, all the pictures and stuff. It's from, and I have it right here. It's 1986. And I was just like, as I'm telling him about this, I'm just like, why am I selling that? It's like one of the weirdest, like left field role playing games of the 80s. Like, why did I put that one in the sell pile? Thankfully, it was still there, and I've removed it because I needed to keep it. Because now I'm a ninja guy. I was a pirate guy for so long. Now I'm a ninja guy. It's great. Night of the Ninja, and the subtitle is Reality Role Playing Game, which, if there's one thing that the ninja is, it is not tethered to reality. Like,
no. Which is funny because being so untethered to reality, you would think it would work great in a role-playing game, but the mechanics just are never there.
No, and even this game it's really just a gigantic combat system. There's no game here. Like it's just I mean, I guess you could make multiple ninjas with your friends and have them fight, but like the system is just like it is an adequate simulation of the ninja movie in that I don't see the ninja having any trouble dispatching anything you throw at them. But yeah, what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, that's the one thing I would want to say to this is that like whenever a ninja pops up in a game, it's like a Jedi, you know,
Right.
because like, and I've tried to write things where people would be able to do like ninja type stuff where like, you know, outside of like their weapon and outside of their like, you know, physical attacks, like a special ability would let you like roll and you'd hit a person, then do like a chain attack. You could like fight multiple people, right? But by and large, like especially like a 5e type thing, which is what most people play, I can't see a ninja actually work. Like monks, I get it, you have key points and stuff, but like you're never gonna get that like true ninja surrounded beating up 4 different dudes at the same time kind of
Yeah.
chain attack, chain combat.
And like the Shokusugi movies, the only time that he's vulnerable is when he's like trying to not be a ninja anymore. You know,
Yeah.
that's when they kill his family. Like if he was always being a ninja, like there'd be no movie. You know, it's and to put that into a game is just like hard to do. I don't think that there's any kind of expansions for Night of the Ninja. There's an ad for what looks like a scenario called Rage the Night, which, as you know, as soon as I get off of this, I'm going to look up on eBay and see if I can snatch a copy if it ever actually came out, because the cover looks great. It's like 2 obvious criminal businessmen. One is playing chess, and the board is like precariously perched at like the edge of a building. It's weird, but there's ninjas literally all around them.
That rules so hard. Oh,
They also apparently did a Bruce Lee martial arts game. Again, I don't know if this actually came out, but the original Bruce Lee martial arts game, sometimes it's more than a game. The Bruce Lee estate endorses and promotes this product in the memory of the late Bruce Lee. Honor the challenge at a store near you. This looks like it might actually have made it to stores.
really?
Track it down.
Okay.
Yeah. Distributed by, yeah, I mean, they had distro. So we'll see. We'll see if there's a future podcast on ninja games and the Bruce Lee board game. I will say that the art in this book is surprisingly competent. It has all the feeling of sort of the kind of project that a talented, you know, artist would do in the 80s. Like that they were like maybe like I want to be a comic book artist, and like they were good enough and had trained enough to get to a level where their art does look like it was just about at the edge of being acceptable for publication in comic books. I wonder, let's do a quick Google through the power of editing. Interior art by Neil Hansen. Well, let's see. That I don't see any. I'm not familiar with a comic artist named Neil Hansen,
Nor am I.
but I do see Neil Hansen art. Looks like a nature artist, perhaps.
Okay.
I would believe that this is the same person. So maybe he's still making art. Anyway, very much in that vibe, which I think that there are a lot of role-playing games, which is part of the like appeal for me, actually, is that a lot of the artists are like just shy of professional,
Right.
and you can see them really working at it. And if they do get more, you know, multiple gigs, especially in the 80s and 90s, you could see them rapidly getting better. So if I ever track down more Neil Hansen games, I'm sure that we'll see him improve.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's ninjas. What else do I have in my bag here? Oh, so I read this before it was published, but I got the physical copy, and then I proceeded to not read it again because I had just read it. When did this come out? 2025. Yeah, it's from our friend Graham Barey. He was on the podcast a while back. He did the art for the OSR workout guide.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that was early 2025,
last year?
late 2024.
Maybe?
Yeah. So he made this book called Black Orb. It's comic. It's very cool. I really, really loved it. It takes place in 2 time eras. One, the very distant, fantastic past that is sort of aligned with like it's the Conan vibe. There's a serpent person, and then in a sort of alternate version of our near future, it's very strange and messed up. There's a guy with a very large spherical head. There's some codes that you can figure out how to decipher. I love his art. It has a very it reminds me a lot of everything. The vibe in general kind of reminds me of like Daniel Klaus and the like, how Ben Mara's stuff, like, it's keyed in very much to like old school fantasy aesthetics in a lot of ways, but it also
yeah.
has that 90s indie comic thing where it's sort of like purposefully stilted and strange. I wouldn't say that the art, well, maybe the art does kind of remind me a little bit of Daniel Klaus, but something about it is it has that hallucinatory terrain of like a velvet glove cast in iron, where things are, it's not the logic of the real world, but there is an internal logic at work, and I can't necessarily perceive all of it, so it makes it strange, like a Lynch movie or Twin Peaks. There's a direct Twin Peaks reference in the text too. It's a fantastic book. It's a big square format trade paperback, and I don't know, I can't remember, and I'll correct this if I find out before the show goes up. I have a booklet that it's sort of like an in-world document that also provides Troika stats and an adventure for Troika.
That's fun.
It's actually the adventure is mentioned in the game. It's the modern era's protagonists like scenario. It's really good, and there's some like Troika monsters and stuff. But I don't know if that was a special thing with this edition that I got, or if that's just like something that was given to me because I'm cool. Maybe, I don't know.
I believe it.
Or if that's just everybody gets that when they buy the book. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's cool if you can get the Troika part. Like, that was what made it like all tie together for me, because I think that the Troika scenario is actually genuinely very, very good. There will be a post about this in 2027, so you get to see it, and I'll link to the store so you can get your copies and figure out if you get that Troika adventure with it.
Very cool.
So I got, last episode we talked about those TSR art books. I got another one. I got the last one, The Worlds of TSR, which came out in, I think, originally 1994, but the paperback is 1995. I got the paperback because all the other ones are paperback, and hardcovers take up more space. So,
And listen, once you pick a lane, you got to stay in that lane.
Right.
That's it. Once you pick that lane, you got to stay in the lane.
I mean, it's the last one in the sequence, so like a hardcover at the end of the stack wouldn't be like that offensive to me, but
yeah,
this was preferable. It's getting the soft cover and staying consistent. Interesting book. Again, not in terms of an art book, not the most thrilling experience, but in terms of a collection of art from TSR across a certain period of time, pretty good. It's arranged by campaign setting, sort of.
Okay.
There's also like thematic collections too, but the campaign settings are sort of nested in the thematic settings. It's sort of odd, and maybe not the way I would have organized it, but it's cool. It is definitely a excellent collection of art. There's a not insignificant number of pieces in here that, for whatever reason, I do not believe saw wide use in publication. And I just want more of this era of art. I kind of tap out of the D&D, the mainline D&D art after second edition. I think that it's okay, but I don't get, this stuff taps something for me, and seeing stuff from that period that I had not already seen and having it resonate for me, like, really cuts against it really is an aesthetic thing for me. It's not a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool art that is new to me in the book. It's really interesting to me, though, that there's three things that puzzle me about this book. One is that there's a section dedicated to Buck Rogers, which is, we know, the history there and how it was
the nail.
Williams sort of shoehorned it into the D&D TSR oeuvre, even though nobody wanted it. So that's in there, prominently featured several pages right before Spelljammer.
Thematically, I guess. Basically.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh man, yeah. And there's this fantastic Fred Fields painting of it's Rob Ruppel of like a Zeus looking motherfucker, but it's clearly, and like no shirt on, strapping
Love
guy
that.
with a long white beard, but it's clearly Ed Greenwood. So that's pretty great.
Ed, stand still and make you a beefcake.
Yeah. And there's nothing prior to 19, I don't know. There's no real before, there's nothing before the big four. So like when Elmore, Parkinson, Easley, and Caldwell came on board, there's nothing prior to that. So you don't have any Errol Otis art, any Trampier, or any of like the black and white classics, which I feel like is a disservice. And I'm not
glaring
sure,
omission, man.
yeah, and I'm not sure there's much of that in any of the art books that TSR did, which is a bummer because I understand it would kind of clash aesthetically. It would seem inconsistent, but I think that there's room for it, and they should have done it. And the third thing is that the only mention of Planescape is sort of like it says "and beyond," and it shows the Rob Ruppel's cover painting with the logo, and that's the only Planescape thing, with zero explanation of what it is or what it will be, which travesty. You know how much I love Planescape.
And how many years away was the Planescape thing from happening from this art book?
Months.
Oh,
It came out in '94, same year.
So they were like, they could have covered it in some way, and well, what you gonna do?
Not much. Move on with my life. It's 30 years ago. What can I do?
Well, I mean, sounds like a good time to go home on this episode. My crowdfunding corner this week is for me. By the time this episode airs, the day after, my campaign on Backer Kit, a dark double feature for use of Shadow Dark RPG of a harmonious nature and Nothing Left to Lose will be dropping. It's going to be live. I really would love it if you all checked it out. I worked really hard on this one. I brought Levi Combs in to help me do the co-writing on this. Our Harmonious Nature is a folk horror adventure in the vein of A24. And Nothing Left to Lose is a legit dungeon crawl, but if you can imagine a dungeon crawl that's Saw and H.H. Holmes' Murder Castle, it's absolutely insane. We got Charlie Avery on the cover of Nothing Left to Lose. Sally's on the cover of Our Harmonious Nature. I got Zach Giolongo. I got other artists planned to come on board as well. And we've got an early bird special that we're super, super psyched about. It's our first ever miniature. It's going to be, for the first 48 hours, you get a glow-in-the-dark miniature of Praster Vem, who is the big bad of A Harmonious Nature. So definitely worth checking out on Backer Kit. You can look it up as Of a Harmonious Nature or a dark double feature for use of Shadow Dark RPG. And on the day we go live on Backer Kit at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, myself, Joey Royale, Brian Shutter, and our fantabulous producer, R. Alex Murray, are going to be doing a live playthrough of A Harmonious Nature with another friend of his, Will, who is also in the 20-Sided Tavern with him as well. So we got a killer cast for this live playthrough, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Backer Kit. Please check it out. Of a Harmonious Nature, Nothing Left to Lose, a dark double feature for Shadow Dark RPG. And that's it for this episode. Stu, where can people find you on the internets?
You can find me at vintagerpg.com.
Nice.
All the stuff. Well, you've already seen Night of the Ninjas up there, but the art books will be up next year. You can guarantee that.
Man, I'll tell you, the more I am on Instagram, I am so pleased that you moved on to a website because I'd never see anyone shit anymore. So, very cool. You can find me across the internet at John McGuire RPG, where I'll be posting for the next month about my Dark Double feature on Backer Kit. If you like the show, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Your reviews really do help our listeners to find us if you really like the show. Why not become a patron? Patreon.com/vintageRPG. We got a lot of cool stuff happening behind the scenes at our Patreon, including a watch-along of the show Millennium. If you are hearing it in the time frame where they haven't completed the show yet. We got games that we do with the patrons. We have, for as little as $1 a month, early release episodes. You get them sometime between Friday or Sunday, depending on when we record them. We also have an absolutely killer Discord community, a true oasis from the world outside. We'd love for you to be a part of. Patreon.com/vintagerpg. So for Stu Horvath, I'm John Hambone McGuire. May the dice always roll in your favor. Thanks for listening. The Vintage RPG Podcast is a ham-fisted production. Music by Dead Go West. Art by Schaefer Brown. Edited by R. Alex Murray. Check us out at vintagerpg.com.